Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over the Year 8 Season 3 Operation Heavy Metal tier list. This is going to be for the attackers. Defenders is going to release tomorrow on the channel, so stay tuned for that one. So this is going to be alphabetical order. We're going from Ace all the way to Zofia, and the new operator Ram is included, so stick around for wherever I rank her. Okay, so Ace, easy, S tier. This isn't just going to be exclusive to SENS as well, like I do on my channel most of the time. It's going to be for all across ranked. Tell me if you guys want to see SENS tier lists as well, and I can work on those. Because I do SENS for my videos. But yeah, Ace, easy S tier. Like, you can throw the breaches on. You have an AK-12, which is like the best gun in the game, in my opinion. You can't go wrong with Ace. He's so good across the board. And it's nice to have either breaches or claymores. They're not the best secondaries, but they still get the job done. It's the AK-12 most of all, though. Okay, moving right ahead to Amaru. In the TDM meta, she's not too bad. I think she's B tier. You can make Amaru work. She has a really good loadout overall. Really good guns. Like, she can bring the SMG-11 with the G8. Or she can bring the G8 with like a Gon 6 or shotgun. That's what I usually run. I'll usually run the Gon 6 with hard breaches on her. So I can get like a soft hatch, and I can get 2 reinforced hatches or walls. Or I can get some utility with the Gon 6. I can clear like an Aruni gate. I can burn an ADS for my team. I can burn ADS with stuns and then get a shield or whatever with the Gon 6 or an Azami. Overall, she's very versatile. I think she's underrated right now, especially in this run and gun meta that we are still in. So, Amaru's not too bad, B tier. Kind of want to put her in A tier, to be honest, but I'm going to chill on that. Okay, Ashe. I think Ashe is for sure A tier. I want to put her S tier, kind of. I might revisit that. I might move her up to S tier as we go on. We'll see how many I put there. But, again, there's a lot of really good operators right now in the run and gun meta. You can kind of make anything work. So, Ashe is easily A tier, maybe S. Like, you get a G6, the G36, not the G6, which is one of the best guns. Like, no recoil on that thing. I'm telling you, run that with a vertical grip suppressor, and you can thank me later. I'll also be doing attachment videos for the new season. I'll do an attackers attachments video tomorrow, and then on Thursday, there's going to be a defenders attachments video. It's going to include all weapons, and I'm going to show you my recoil on every single one. It's going to take a bit, but you want to stick around for those videos. Okay, for Blackbeard, I'm going to put him right in D tier. Like, you can make him work still on some angles. I'm actually going to make a TikTok soon on some really good Blackbeard spots that he can actually get used on. And, like, kind of be decent for the push you're trying to do. But it's very limited things. They're going to only work in, like, 5 stacks. If you're, like, holding a flank or something, or, like, a long angle with your shield. I'll show you those on TikTok, though. Make sure to follow me over there on TikTok, by the way, at Alumasoka. I'm almost at 500 followers when I'm recording this, which is crazy. My TikTok's grown so much these last few days. I went from like 100 to almost 500, just like that. So we're already halfway to 1,000. So for sure, follow me on there. I do 2 videos every day on there. A lot of tips and tricks, guides, stuff like that to help you improve. But now that I have the self-promo out of the way, we're going to move on to Blitz. I think Blitz can go right here in C tier. Like, sometimes Blitz will be fine. I kind of want to put him D tier, but he's better than Blackbeard tier. Again, I'm being generous on these because I think you can make almost any op work right now in this meta. So I'm not putting like Blackbeard in F tier and like Blitz in D or F tier. I think you can make them work if you play them right. And it is ranked 2.0. So you for sure can make anything work. You even see some of these ops ranked in Pro League at this point, like in competitive games. There hasn't been official Pro League in months, but still like the tournaments and T2 and stuff. You get a lot of random funky plays with like Amaru and Blitz, and I've even seen Blackbeard a couple rounds, like I said. Brava gonna go straight to A tier. She's gonna be lower A tier for sure, opposed to like Ashe. Because Ashe is going to be useful every round. Brava's a little too slow sometimes, but she's a heavy counter. Get it? Heavy metal. Anyways, she's a heavy counter to, let's see, Aruni. If you see they're bringing Aruni, Venrir, She can't counter Legion anymore with the new season, which is nice. Legion's goo mines are now like mechanic, so not electrical anymore. So IQ can't see them, Brava can't hack them, stuff like that. So yeah, and they also can't get EMP'd, just another tip. I'll be making a lot of Legion videos this season, so stick around for those, especially on my TikTok. But let's not get into that again. So Brava will for sure be A tier. Her gun's really good too, the para. I don't really like the slow rate of fire guns. I'm more of a headshot player, so I like the higher fire rate ones because I'm usually aiming around head level. But that's just me, maybe. If you're good at body shots, Brava will be the way to go. Brava, IQ, guns like that. Frost. You can still hit heads though for sure. You just really got to be on with your aim. Okay, Buck. I'm tempted to move him down to B tier, but he's still going to be good. Especially if Ram is banned. Because Ram is actually going to be really good now for vert play. Opposed to the Sledge or the Buck. But they're still going to be good. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. You can even get both, and you'll be just fine. And I'm sure Ram will be getting banned a lot at the start of the season. At least after they remove, like, the ban limit thingy they do. Like, right now, I don't think you can. When you're seeing this, because they do, like, the lock for the new ops. You can actually ban Consulate, too, now. Thank fuck. Okay, Capitao. I think Capitao is super underrated. I'll put him in, like, top of B tier. You can't use him, like, every round, like Buck or even Ash, or not as good as Brava. Actually, I'll put Buck above Brava, too. Yeah, I like that better. I think Buck's better for every round play, opposed to Brava. So that's the only reason for that. I'm actually putting Ash in A tier now, too, or S tier, sorry. She's for sure S tier. Like, you can take Ash every round and you'll be fine in this meta, trust me. Take Ash, Yana, Ace. You are set. While I'm over it, no, I'm not. I was going to put Yana right to S tier, but I'm going to keep it alphabetical in case anybody's trying to look for certain operators for their mains or whatever. But anyways, I was talking about Capitao, not the B tier. So Capitao with the Gon 6, really good gun, just like Brava. Hard Breach or Claymore, which are very useful to have, especially if you're solo queue, both very useful. And he has the fires and smoke, so a lot of utility. And he can't be countered by anybody but like Wamai, so he is very good. He's really good at taking clubhouse rafters. Take Capitao, and you will win so much more rounds on that site. You can smoke and fire people off of rafters. You can get the walls with the hard breach charges on the bottom garage. And it's going to be so much easier, trust me. Moving on to Dokkaebi. Dokkaebi is going to be right up to S tier. Better than Ash, I think. With Dokkaebi, you still have a Gon 6 instead of 2 Ash rounds, which is almost the same, really. You just have 1 less. But on top of that, you have stuns, smokes, or EMPs, which are all really good gadgets to have. Better than what Ash has as her secondaries. So Dokkaebi's going to be very good. And to make her even better, she has her phone calls, which are going to be so good for clearing out roamers. So good in this meta right now, like Dokkaebi Lion are really good. Because they're like fast-paced, you can make the defenders stop and do something. And they have no sound too, which sound is a big thing right now in this meta. Sound's like the biggest thing, to be honest. A lot of players just play off of sound cues and swing if they hear something. So you're for sure going to want to run Dokkaebi, trust me. Dokkaebi's been one of my mains throughout the last entire season when I was playing. And she was very good. I'm really good with the SMG-12 too, though, so maybe that just makes her higher for me. Okay, Finka. I'll put Finka like lower B tier. Like, I'd rather have Amru or Capitao for sure. The heals are still really underrated, I think. It's really good to have a healer on offense. She's the only one, I believe, so very underrated aspect of her still. Her guns aren't too bad. Like, when they nerfed them, we thought they were terrible, but at least on console, her main gun's not bad, and the LMG's still not bad either, if you can control recoil well. Obviously, other guns are better, but she's still playable, I think. And she does have stuns or smokes, which are good. So I think Finka's average right now. She's middle of the road. Flores. I think Flores is going to be like bottom A tier. You probably shouldn't play him every single round. He's kind of like Brava. He's a really good direct counter to certain operators, like, or certain site setups. If they're playing Oregon Bunker, obviously, you can get rid of the shield that way. He's a really good counter to a zombie. Like, what else? I guess even a Rooney Gates. I'm pretty sure he can clear those. He can do that with his stuns, too, so even better. Also, good gun, AR-33, and stuns, as I said. So, yeah, Flores A-tier operator. Fuse. Fuse got interesting now, because you can actually put the cluster charges on deployable shields and OSA Talon shields. The OSA one's going to be very interesting, because imagine like putting an OSA on a door, like if you're attacking kitchen on coastline, you put an OSA right there on the door, then put a fuse charge. You can literally get rid of all the utility on that. Of course, you can do it on the barricade too that was up, but if they shoot that down, or obviously you can get wallbanged through that, so it's very risky to put one on a barricade like that on site. But by putting on a Talon shield, you're completely safe, and somebody can go on the upside down rappel and hold angles on it, and people are never going to expect you up there when the fuse charge is going off and there's so much chaos happening. I think it does like pop the OSA a little bit, like it cracks it when you do that, but I think it's totally worth for strats like that. I'm going to try to play and get some footage with fuse and OSA, because I'm very interested in seeing that stuff. So I'll try to get some footage today when I play. We'll see how that goes. So I'm thinking if I want to put fuse in B tier or like bottom A tier, but I think B tier is good. I'll put him above Finka and Amaru. I think fuse is also like middle of the road. Like, you shouldn't take fuse every round, but if it's the right site or you have like a strat in mind, like I was saying, then fuse is pretty good, honestly, right now. All the destruction and the chaos you can cause, and you can do like, you can put like a cluster charge above and then push something else. He's really good at distractions. Him and Gridlock are good at that. Gridlock soon, actually. But Glaz is probably going to be a little lower. He has grenades, but like, I'd still never play anybody above Glaz right here. Because with Glaz, like, you only have a sniper rifle, which is not the best because the fire rate's only so high. You can only shoot that thing so fast. It has like a limit to it. He's good on smokes, of course. He's good at doing like certain strats. Like, I know putting one on a Maverick hole is really good. Like a smoke right on top of the holes, but he's not good every round, like I said, so he's middle of the road, bottom B tier. He still has grenades too, so I mean, he has that going for him, I guess. And the Gon 6. For Gridlock, she's going to be another B tier, I believe. I'm going to actually group her right with Fuse, like I was saying. I'd rather have Gridlock than Amaru, because Gridlock has the gridlocks, of course, the tracks. And Amaru does not. Her ability's way better and more useful every round. Really good gun, too, on Gridlock. That thing's underrated. I use the extended barrel on that, I think. Really, really good. And then 3 armor, you can take a lot of shots, even if you're slower. If she was a 2-speed 2 armor, she'd probably be A tier, though, if we're being honest. I think that's a good spot for Gridlock, though. She also has the Gon 6, like Amaru, with a shotgun. They kind of both have like the same loadouts. Really good gun, and then they can have like a shotgun or a Gon 6 secondary. So yeah, pretty similar. She also has smokes, which are good. Ooh, Grim's going to be another interesting one, because Grim now has the ability, you can like change his launcher from sticky to bouncy, so his things can like bounce off of the side of the doors or walls or wherever you're shooting them, which could get very interesting, because now you can like have more precision where you're trying to shoot your bees, and those things are actually OP. Like, his bees are S tier, honestly. It's just it's the thing about like getting it to work. Sometimes it's not going to. I'll put him bottom A tier. I think he's actually going to be better this season now with that change. And he started becoming better last season when they buffed his launcher so much. So I think Grim's a pretty solid pick right now. You can't go wrong with the 5.52 Commando with an extended barrel 2x sight too. That gun is ridiculous. Like, maybe that one's up there with the AK-12, to be honest. That gun is so good. It's just the fire rate's a little lower than that, so I think the AK has the edge, but still really good. And he's a 3-speed, I believe. So overall, he's really good. Habana for hard breachers, I think I'll have to put her S tier still. She can do so much. Like, you can get complete reinforcements if you use like enough pellets. You can switch to 4 for reinforced hatches. You can get up to 3 hatches during the round. Maybe even 4 or 5 if you do it right. You can get 4 reinforced hatches. And then you'll still have 2 pellets to get a soft hatch if you need. So technically you can get 5 hatches in a round if you need. So much use for Habana right now. She has a really good gun too. Real good secondary with a bearing. Stuns. And you can get rid of stuff like a zombie barriers. That's a really underrated use for her. And castle barricades. She's really good on Clubhouse. You can take Habana every round in Clubhouse and she's really good for clearing out castles or zombies, because those are popular picks on the main sites. And then for the basement, you got so many hatches you can get. So yeah, Habana for sure, S tier. Yana, instant S tier as well. Right up there with the ace pick. You can take Yana every round. She's going to be OP. She's played every single round if she's not banned in competitive Siege, because she has grenades, one of the best guns on attack. So, I mean, right there. Her ability's kind of weaker compared to some attackers with their abilities, but she can still clear out, like, Aruni gates or whatever. And a lot of intel, too, which is really good for solo queuing. This isn't exclusively solo queue, like I said, but I can still apply some things to that. If you're the solo queue player, if you're not playing with a full stack, or whatever. Even with a full stack, her ability's not too bad. Okay, IQ. I think I want to put her in like B tier. She's not like A tier, I don't think. Like, I'd rather have Capital, I think, than IQ, but she'll be right here in like top of B tier. If you want to put her A tier, that's fine with me, I guess. Like, I don't play IQ much because you can't get rid of any like zombies or shields, castles with her gadgets. I guess you can get rid of castles with breach charges, but I'd usually run Claymore if I'm solo queuing. Her gun, though, again, just like Grim, really good. 3 speed. She's good for getting cameras. She's a good counter pick, kind of like Brava. If you know they're running Valkyrie on Bank or Echo, something like that, then she's good. But gonna be better picks most rounds. So, middle of the road for her. Jackal. I think Jackal's kind of like in that same tier. I'll put her right behind IQ, I guess. He's very annoying to play against, but he's really not the best. Like, you can track people, but then you can't do anything off it most of the time. Sometimes they'll just be back in sight, you know? He has a shotgun for making, like, rotates on your attacks, but, I mean, what use is that going to do most of the time? His gun is really good, though. One of the best guns in the game. So I think B tier is fine for him. Most of all, like, he gets banned a lot, especially on console, just because he's so annoying to play against. Like, you get tracked by a Jackal and, like, the other team has wall hacks on you. It's so annoying. It's really not even that good. I think, like, Lion's better than him, and obviously Dokkaebi. But Jackal's just so annoying to deal with. And there's nothing they can really do about that, because that's just him. He just always get banned a lot. Sorry, Jackal. Callie's going to be C tier. Like, she's really not that good. I'd rather have a Blitz than a Callie, I think, most rounds. Sure, she can go to, like, castles and utility stuff with her launcher, but I don't think she's good for getting walls if you're trying to open a big breach with Thermite, because you can't shoot it as he's going for the wall. Otherwise, it will blow up your Thermite charge. So they can easily bandit trick you or cage trick you. I've cage tricked a Callie like twice recently on Consulate when they try to get the main breach. I don't know why they keep taking Callie for that. She is not that good for getting walls. Even if Thatcher's banned, like, I'd rather just have EMPs and you can just throw them back to back at the same spot if you know what the Kate is. But I mean, in the lower ranks, I guess Callie's fine, because they probably won't be like doing some advanced bandit trick or something. And her secondary gun's pretty good, I guess. Like, if you can control it, it's good. But the sniper's just pretty average. I'd rather have most other guns than her sniper. It's fun to use, though, so I'll give her C tier. I won't put her any lower. Lion's gonna be like bottom A tier. His gun is actually ridiculous. I think his gun's underrated. Like 50 bullets with a vector with like no recoil. That's kind of OP, if we're being honest. I don't feel like anybody talks about that enough. I guess the stats aren't the best on it, but still, that gun is crazy good. I use it with a suppressor and it makes it even better, I'm telling you. But his ability kind of like on the lower end side, like Jackal's, it's not as good as like Dokubi's, but his gun makes up for it a little bit, and he's good for sight executes if you know what you're doing. If you're playing with a coordinated team, it's good to bring a lion sometimes, so... Or not even good, it's great to bring a lion sometimes. If you're doing those fast-paced executes. And he's fine for clearing the rooms too if you know where somebody's at. So I think lion's A tier if he's played right. Maverick, I'll put like... bottom B tier. I won't be too harsh with Maverick. He has his decent uses, like for getting Adequal on Oregon. Really silently, they won't even know you're there most of the time. If you do the little circle in the bottom right. And there's other things you can do with them. You can still Maverick trick. Maybe I'll make a Maverick trick TikTok sometime soon. Because he is very good at that still. People don't use that enough if you do it the right way. It is tough, but... And he's good at getting hatches if Cade's up. So I'll go in B tier. His gun's insane. 52 damage with extended barrel with a 2x. Like, what? Also one of the best guns in the game. If he had grenades still, he'd for sure be like S tier, but he's not. Montaigne gonna be... I don't think Montaigne's like B tier. I'll put him top of C. I'd rather have Montaigne than Blitz. Like, Montaigne will have his uses where he's really good. He's good at taking clubhouse rafters. And stuff like that. He's probably good on Night Haven for taking the rafters. Never seen it tried, but he probably is good at it. He has hard breaches or smokes too, or EMPs, so all good secondaries. It just depends. If you're playing with a good stack and you're taking the Montaigne, then sure. But I wouldn't recommend going him like solo queue or anything. No way. Nook, I'm gonna put Nook in like top of B tier. No, I have to put her A tier just because the grenades are so good. Like, she's way better than Glass because she actually has a gun. And the gun's pretty good too, if you can control it. It's a little jumpy, but I can control it really well, so... This is my tier list, so A tier for Nook. She's still good at avoiding cameras and sneaking up on you, even if she's not silent. If she was still silent, then she'd be S tier, like bottom S tier, I'd say, but she is not, unfortunately. So, that's a good ranking for Nook. Nomad, she's pretty much like a better version of Gridlock. I'll put her like right up here in B tier. Right up here with Capital. Those are good like flex ops to go. Yeah, I think that's a good ranking. She has stuns, insane gun, the 1.5 or a 2x. And yeah, I think that's a good rating for Nomad. Osa. Osa's going to go in B tier too. She is situational. You can't bring Osa every round and make it work. I mean, you can if you're really coordinated, but I think there's going to be better picks. She's only a 3 armor too. Really good gun. I say that a lot, but there's a lot of insane guns in this game. Especially on console, because the vertical recoil is a little lower, so they're not as jumpy. And I'm just insane on recoil, like I said, so... Humble brag. Okay. I'll put Osa like... I know it's weird because I just did Nomad too, and I've done that a couple times, but right below Nomad. I think she's like upper B tier. If you want to put her A tier, I wouldn't argue with that, but I just think B tier is better. Also good that she has EMP. She's like another good flex pick if you want EMP grenades, like her or Lion, something like that. Oh, new operator time. Okay, so I think Ram is going to go straight to S tier. We're in the run and gun meta. She's a little slower, but her gun is insane. If you've not used the R4C yet with a 1.5, I'm telling you guys, try it out. I haven't actually played it myself yet because I'm recording this the day before the season, and I didn't have the test server because I like playing when the live build drops. But try out Ram. That 1.5 R4C is going to go crazy, or even the 2X on it, honestly. Try that out, and you will see why she's S tier. Combined with the drone, there's a lot of uses you can use for that thing. That thing can pretty much clear anything on the site. Any doorways, it can just go right through. Aruni is useless. It goes right through and keeps going. Mute is pretty useless. It can destroy the jammer if it's activated outside of it. The floors, this goes right through. You can even go underneath some places and like put it on a shelf or something. You can probably do that on bank archives. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'll have to try that out. I'll probably do like a mid-season tier list again. I guess we'll come back to that and see where we put her there. She'll probably still be at least A tier, but I'm putting her S tier. Maybe it's just new season bias. We'll see. SENS is going to go right on down to the C tier, the lower parts. Maybe the higher parts. Again, I'm being generous with all these. You can just move everybody down too if you wanted, but... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put Blackbeard in F tier because I think he's so bad. You can still use him a couple rounds, but he's so bad. We'll put Callie in D tier. No. I think this is just the meta right now. Like, you can make these operators work sometimes. They're just really bad still compared to the rest. I don't think anybody's F tier right now, though. None of these ones are going to be F. I'll put Sense right here, though. I don't know why their picture's so big, but hey. It's fine, I guess. Kind of like in the tier with Montaigne, though. Like, they have a good gun. It's a little bouncy still, but good gun. They're good at countering mirrors, actually. Somebody told me in my TikTok comments about that. Like, you can just throw them in front of the mirror and then go knife it. Honestly, never thought about that too much, but... yeah, good counter for mirror. Obviously, it's not that simple in game, but still. I think that's a good rating for Sense. Not the best. Sledge, gonna go S tier still. I don't know if he's gonna be above Ram or not, because Ram doesn't have grenades. They're both 3 armors, so I'll put him in the lower tiers. But Sledge still has grenades, so you can take him every round if you want. Sledge is always going to be good, I feel like, unless they remove the grenades or something. They've nerfed him so much, too. He used to be, like, top of the list. But that's still a good rating for Sledge. We all know what Sledge does. Thatcher. Thatcher's going to go, like, bottom A tier. Like, Thatcher's good, but I think he's overrated at this point. Like, he gets banned too much. Like, why does Thatcher get banned? Well, you can just bring EMPs, or you can grenade from below. You can buck from below to shoot it from below. Twitch drones, Brava drones. There's so many ways you can take out, like, bandits or whatever on walls. He is good at countering bandit tricks still if you do it right, but I don't know. I think there's better picks even when he's up some of the time. Still A tier, though. Not bad. I hope the Thatcher mains aren't going to be mad at me now in the comments. Thermite, gonna go around A tier 2. He's the only op that can make, like, big breaches. I'll put him above Lion for sure. I actually want Nook above Lion too. And Thatcher. I think that's better there. I'll move Thermite, like, right here in mid A tier. He does have his uses still on, like, the big walls, so he can open up a wider breach for you to work with. And it's good to run a Thermite with an Ace or Hibana or both sometimes. You can run all 3 on Clubhouse and get away with it. So many things you need to breach. Especially if you're playing competitive. I'm guessing most of my audience is not, though. For rank, the Thermite's good. Twitch, okay. I think Twitch is, like, bottom A tier. She's really good at countering Goyo and Mira. I always go Twitch when I see a Goyo brought out. Like, you know, on the border... vents and workshop site. Everybody plays Goyo there for some reason. So I just go Twitch and I zap all of those things with my first drone. It's hilarious. At least 3 of them and then get the last one with my second drone. And I like the F2 a lot. I know a lot of people don't, but I use extended barrel on the F2 and I make it work. There's no recoil in that thing for me, I'm telling you. If you watched my videos before, you'd know. But maybe if you can't use the F2, the other gun's good too. So try Twitch out more. Ying, okay. Ying's gonna be somewhere in, like, the top of the B tier, maybe above. Do I want her above Capital? She doesn't have a Gon 6 like Capital. Her gun's probably a little better because the ammo is insane. You have 80 bullets. Capitao is the LMG too, but not as good. They both have smokes, I guess, in their own way. Or hard breach in their own way. Yings are really good, though. I'll put Ying above them. Either way works for me, though. I don't really mind. Whichever way you want that. Zero. I feel like Zero is one of the most underrated ops. I don't see him played very much. He's played more these days. I feel like everybody talks about Zero being underrated, so now he is actually played a little bit more. His gun is ridiculous. If you want to run the MP7, though, I have nothing against that, but I'd prefer the other gun still. It does 52 damage with the extended barrel. And the angle grip's really good on it too, so you can ADS slightly faster. I feel like there's no recoil still. Where do I put him though? He's going to be in B tier somewhere. He's kind of like with the Gridlock Amaru. He has the Gon 6. He has hard breaches like Amaru. I think his gun's better than Amaru's. He's 3 speed. I'll put him above Amaru. Kind of like middle to lower B tier. I think that's a good rating for him. You can't take him every round, but he does have his sights where he's still pretty good. Try taking Zero on Bank for the main lobby, and it will make your life so much easier because you can just shoot the cams up super high and they can't see him. And you'll get so much info on that. It makes pushing lobby so easy. And with a 2x sight, he's perfect for that. Bank is for sure his best map. He's good on Chalet too. And he has uses other maps as well, but B tier is good. Zofia. Zofia's going to go straight to A tier. She's kind of like a better but worse version of Ashe for this meta. Like, I'd rather have Zofia than all these people. Somewhere around like top of A. I'll put her like right here. With Buck. Like, you have the 2 breachables and you also have 2 stuns to clear ADSs first. Or my magnets. Ashe doesn't have that, but like Ashe's gun is better, the G3, than Zofia's. Zofia's is a little bouncy still. Not quite as good as Ashe's. But I'll still put her like A tier. The gun is really important right now in this meta, if you couldn't tell already from my rankings. I forgot to go over earlier, but Fuse is also pretty good because his gun's insane. It's the ace weapon. Do I put Yana or Ace higher? That's the real question here. I don't know. I could also move up Zofia or Buck to S tier if I wanted, but I think this is fine. I have a little bell curve going on, which is a good sign if you're trying to do one of these tier list things. Like, it goes lower, lower. B should be where the most are. Lower, lower. So I think I like this. It's top heavy, but again, it's the run and gun meta still. That's how it's going to be. You can make pretty much everybody work. There's a lot of creative strats right now. And I feel like this is a good tier list. Leave a like on this video if you did enjoy or find it helpful. Tell me what you guys would change down below in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.